Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. We're doing 10-minute messages from your spirit animal guide today. So there are 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1, all intelligent tentacles. Pile 2, clouds pass but the mountain remains. And pile 3, the dark solstice sun. Timestamps are below and I'll see you in your readings. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. We're doing 10-minute messages from your animal guide today. So you've got the 8 of water, 4 of fire, ace of fire, blessing of the kite dancer, night, affluence, all intelligent tentacles, carry the torch for others to see, wake up the world, and rethink restriction. So pile 1, your spirit animal wants you to know that there's a challenge or restriction in your life that is in your life because it's something that you have the power to overcome and to teach others how to overcome as well. Whatever this is, I feel like it's a collective issue. It's not just you that's experiencing this. It's like it could be all of society at once is kind of facing the same issue, and you have the choice to kind of rise above and lead. But the problem right now is you think that you're also stuck with the others. So this could be any number of collective experiences, or could even be talking about ancestral karma, like something that you feel your family, your ancestors have been carrying for a long time, and you're going the same way as everybody, and there's such a kind of pressure and tension pushing against you to go in that same way. There's just this collective experience of darkness, and we really see that with this night card with all these crows kind of with their heads down, and that moon, and it's like the lunar influence over them all. And it's kind of the vibe or the message that I'm getting from this card with this reading. And it's like, I feel like you are in this collective sleep, but you have the power to wake up and become a teacher and guide for others, but you're temporarily in this sleep too. And it's like this is very much the story of everybody, kind of, you know, how we're born into all these kind of unconscious sleepy patterns, and we begin waking ourselves up, and then we kind of learn how to do that, and we can teach others how to wake up out of the programming and the kind of the hold that the collective has over us. So I feel like this reading is speaking about your power to influence other people, and the fact that like you're a carrier of a torch for others, and that everybody's kind of part of a collective dream for better, but people also feed into the dream for the worst. And it's like your animal is asking you to figure out how to break free of the collective sleepiness. You have the power to get out of it by going within and connecting deeply to yourself. And I feel like connecting to your body is the way to do this. Like getting in your body, getting into connection with others. In your 3 tarot cards there, you've got animals that are very close and holding each other. Even, you know, the otters are very, very symbolic of like partnership. And we have a mother and child animal in 2 of those cards as well. So there's very much like this collective, this message of the collective and the ancestors and the people around you, even like your little circle that you live in, and the power of them to influence you, and also your power to influence them into better, your power to awaken out of the collective's sleepiness or unconsciousness around you and lead others to better. Right now with the 8 of water, it feels like you, and these other cards of restriction and whatnot, but it feels like you feel like you're stuck in this kind of collective soup. It's like you don't know how to wake up out of this dream that you don't want to be in, and you want to be a guide or a teacher for others to break free of similar energy This is just something that your soul wants, like your deep self wants to do. It wants to teach or hold for others, hold for the collective. This is about breaking free of the influence, the unwanted influence that the collectives have on us, whether personally, ancestrally, in our own little group, in our society, on our planet, etc. So this message is, again, it's all about you waking up out of some sort of collective sleepiness and how you can influence others out of it instead of them influencing you. So with these pairs, like these cards down here, the all-intelligent tentacles next to the affluence, if you look at these cards, I know that affluence is like an egg with kind of sperm creatures around it, but it really looks like the tentacle cards next to it. Even like these creatures kind of look like little squids. So I'm really getting that your spirit animal here is the octopus or the squid. And I'm just thinking about the way these animals have all these tentacles, and they have like each of their arms have consciousness in them, and it's just like the energy of tentacles is that ability to like reach out and feel out and loop around things, and to use all of those tentacles to achieve something, to use all the resources and powers and tools to achieve one thing. So I'm also getting the sense of like harnessing some sort of collective energy or some bigger energy, or understanding that like whatever challenge you're facing, you're not alone. You have a lot of ancestors, people, animals, the collective kind of wanting you to succeed as well. So you're not alone. I feel like you're really trapped, you're really stuck. The Eight of Water says it's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. And the rest of your cards, like the Four of Fire, or Four of Wands, and the Ace of Wands, are about coming out of that and moving into this like brand new, very fiery energy in this stable place. So it's like you break out of whatever collective sleepiness, unconscious energy is kind of keeping you under the water at the moment, and you wake up out of this sleepiness, and you carry the torch. Ace of Fire is very much like a torch. So I'm going to pull two more cards to deepen these messages, and we've got Gypsy and Listen to the voice within when it persists. So again, I hinted at this at the very beginning, but it's like the way of, having boundaries within the collective and ensuring that you're taking time to pull yourself out and go into your own energy, and asking yourself like, the way that we co-regulate with other people, we're around other people, and we're picking up on their energies and their patterns, and we're hearing their thoughts, we're absorbing their energies. And this is just like a reminder of listening to your own voice. I really feel like you might have a very big, strong community around you. You might have a lot of people with a lot of opinions or just very strong energies. Or maybe you're in a community that's very different from your own. And this could be the challenge that you're facing. Like maybe you're in a workspace where all your coworkers think completely differently from you, and you feel like you're being sucked in as well. It's hard for you to stay in your own energy. And so there's this experience for you of coming back to yourself, listening to your own voice, finding your own kind of your channel, your frequency, and tuning into that more, so that you can be clear and that you can distinguish yourself from the rest. I feel like the octopus or squid, like if this is your spirit animal, it means that you're very connected, you're very aware, you have a very keen sense of everybody and everything and what everyone's doing. Like you can stick your tentacles into a lot of things. So you might really need to like pull back and cleanse your energy and be with yourself and tune to yourself very, very often, because of how open and sensitive you are, or just your ability to perceive and absorb, and your awareness. It's like you're just sucking in a lot of stuff every day. So other than that, Gypsy is like asking you to be more more allowing and appreciative of whatever opportunities and experiences are coming into your sphere at this time. So rather than fighting this restriction, it's like Spirit is letting you know, your octopus, squid animal is letting you know that the restriction around you is for your benefit. This is something that you have asked for the experience of. Again, going back to this topic of like, you're not stuck, you're in this situation where it looks like you are, but your intention in manifesting this experience is to break yourself free and then teach others how to do that. So you're not really stuck, there's nothing holding you here. But fighting the experience, fighting the restriction is going to slow you down and slow your ability to break yourself out and to learn what needs to be learned and walk forward with what you want to walk forward here. So I feel like, give less attention to this energy that, oh, I'm stuck and everybody's asleep around me and they're causing me to fall asleep as well. And, oh, what do I do, etc., etc. It's like, okay, just embrace the experience. It's okay. It's okay to do this. It's okay to go through this. This is the human experience, but you have the power to wake up. So it's almost like you can let yourself fall asleep. Don't be so afraid of this experience. Don't be so afraid of like that sense of drowning around you, that there's all these other voices and the collective is kind of going totally against what your heart says and all that. It's like you have the power to get yourself out of this and into something else. And I also, it's like you're birthing something here as well. There's something that you're putting into your future through this experience, that maybe this time of being in community that's not serving you, or being around a collective that's not helping you to awaken and be your best self, is like you're creating the exact opposite through experiencing this. That often we create from opposition, from polarity, that you can experience something really unwanted and then birth the desire and intention and energy forward for something that you really, really want. So your octopus, squid, spirit animal is just like, keep your tentacles open to all of these opportunities and experiences coming your way. There are some ways that we move forward and that we learn and grow in life that feel really good and that are lovely, and there are other ways that we learn and grow that are painful and challenging, and this is kind of about embracing all of it. So that's your reading, pile 1. Thank you to squid or octopus spirit here for this message. Thank you for listening, pile 1, and blessings on your journey. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. We're doing messages from your spirit animal guides. So let's pull over your cards. You got the 10 of Cups, the Page of Wands, and Knight of Wands. Number 15, ego. You may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. So that's the Devil card in the regular tarot. Nourishment. Clouds pass, but the mountain remains. Dynasty of the Divine Mother. And send out help to others. So I feel like this message is about generosity, giving, and this spirit of like being in a flow, having an overflow of energy to offer to other people or to animals, and just your ability to kind of overflow and to nourish what's around you. I feel like, I don't know if you're cautious because of something that's happened to you in the past, or like you're doubting your ability to give because maybe you were hurt or you experienced something traumatic recently. It's like there's this enduring inner part of you that is very abundant and overflowing and generous and wealthy. And I feel like you had some sort of traumatic experience that shut you down, or that caused you to start carrying some negative beliefs about giving and generosity and flowing your energy out. So with the Devil card, it's like something has trapped you into believing that you're not abundant, or that you don't have resources to give. There's something, maybe someone stole from you, like something happened that caused you to stop up your flow of giving, of flowing love. So let's talk about your tarot cards a bit. I find when doing readings, it's always helpful to just like look at the card and then chat about it. And it's like you always find the deeper meanings and messages when you do that. So the 10 of Cups is really interesting. It's like all these heads, and these heads with the water, and these other people coming out of them, and then people coming out of there, and it's just like this infiniteness and abundance and overflow energy, which is what the 10 of Cups is. It's just, you're just this fullness, and that, you know, nothing can be taken away from you. 6 more will sprout out. Like, it's like the energy of the Hydra in Greek mythology, where you cut off one of its heads and like another 2 grow in its place. It's very much that. So if you've experienced something that made you believe that's not how things work, it's like Spirit wants you to know that that's not true. So going to the Page of Wands, this very creative energy there, very artistic energy. We've got this like enthusiastic creator, artist kind of vibe going on here, where it's like, what is he going to create? What is that person about to do? It's like there's all this interesting energy pouring out of them. And then the Knight of Wands, I feel like this image is kind of like a resting upon, not the shoulders of giants, but just like resting in this energy of being, of having a connection with a higher self energy that is like super abundant and generous and magnificent and huge. And yeah, it's like whatever experience you had of scarcity and lack, or of people stealing, or whatever happened to you, it's like that is temporary, and that is not something that defines you or who you, it doesn't tell you who you are. At your core is this hugely abundant being with this overflow and this generosity and this ability to give. So let's pull some more cards to kind of clarify these messages here. So we've got Great Abundance, again, same message. Mimicry, and Lady of Lhasa descends. So mimicry, I want to say, is like, yeah, something negative was done to you, and now you're copying that energy and doing it to others. So like, yeah, maybe people stole from you, or you had such a generous, abundant heart, and then you got shut down for some reason, and now you're kind of behaving in the same way as the people that hurt you. Like if people were playing games with you and closing down help or trying to manipulate you or something, it's like you have started doing that, or there's this danger of like, yeah, you've shut down in some way, like you're not this abundant, generous being anymore. In your actions and in your thoughts, but you are at your core, like that is who you are. And I feel like this reading wants to remind you of who you are. Lady of Lhasa descends. It's like there's this the source energy coming to meet you, and that's interesting with this card here of the Knight of Wands and this energy I spoke about this higher, bigger being kind of coming and being connected to that bigger source energy. So there's this sentiment here around being met by the bigger source energy as you choose to be abundant and generous and flow out your resources, that you will open yourself to receiving the abundance straight from source. So this might look like, you know, maybe you're creating, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a healer or a teacher in some way, and you've been hurt by something, even like an experience of scarcity for a while. You've been hurt and shut down, and you know, maybe you used to offer a lot of your services for free, or you do stuff for free for people or give things away, but you've really shut down and closed up because of just feeling like this lackfulness of that, the whole devil card, like that world of illusion that tries to teach us that we're stuck and we don't have abundance and whatever. You've been shut down in some way, but I feel like what this reading is letting you know that if you open up and you create again and you share yourself and you share your gifts, that source will come and meet you in this new way that you haven't seen before. Like you're not going to manifest whatever experience you had before. It's like that was just maybe some karma or something. Clouds pass, but the mountain remains is like, yeah, you had some experience that knocked you, but it's not going to happen again. It was a one-time thing. And it's not something that you're going to continue experiencing. Don't pull it with you and assume that that's how your life is going to work and let it shut you down. So let's do one more card to close this reading. And we haven't figured out what your spirit animal is yet. So let's also tune into that. So this is your last card. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. This card says, turn within to experience steadiness, becoming restful upon a firm inner spiritual foundation. From your soul's vantage point, the path before you now and how to best navigate it is clear. Your soul knows how to receive and act faithfully upon the guidance of spirit, even throughout the moments when your conscious mind doesn't understand what is happening or why. When change, upheaval, or confusion is upon you, know that this is chaos that precedes creation. Return to your spiritual roots to ground yourself. Allow your life to unfold according to a generous universal wisdom. Okay, so this is, I feel like, maybe you feel like confused in life, like you don't know where to go, or you feel this disconnect from your higher self. Like you feel like you're not guided, or you're not helped in life, or you don't have source energy touching you and extending to you and flowing through you. There's some sort of stop of the flow here. Again, I feel like it's because whatever happened to you there caused you to shut down to the flow of source coming through you. So this reading is about kind of opening up to that source connection again. I can really see, like, visually I could describe this as like a stream of energy that's kind of coming into your crown, and that whatever happened to you caused you to put up an umbrella for the moment, but it's like, yeah, so you're experiencing like less flow of nourishment to you, less flow of energy than before, but it's a temporary situation. And so you're also experiencing this in your reality through your own hands. Like, you're not as generous as you were before. It's showing you your own connection to source, and that you don't feel that source flowing through you as freely as before, so you've blocked yourself up a bit. So when I was first pulling the cards for this reading, I was wondering what animal this was, and I felt like it was owl. I felt like owl just spoke, but I feel like I want to try and get one of these cards to show us more about this spirit animal. The energy here is all about the source connection, the crown chakra, and kind of seeing beyond the illusions, which is very much owl medicine, and about the temporariness of like the human condition and what we are at the deepest spiritual level, and kind of remembering the truth of what that is. That's kind of the big messages here of your reading. We actually have Kaput Corvi with Raven's Head. The Raven's Head card is about change that is about to come. Something, it's like you've touched on something and you're about to open up like this big box of something, like this reading and this sentiment of source energy reaching for you in this big way. It's like you have your finger on that, and now that you've done that, it's like you're about to blast this open again, it feels like. But funny enough, I was asking for your spirit animal as I was pulling the Raven's Head, and Raven is a trickster, and I saw him and I I said to myself, are you the animal? And then I said, no, I really feel like it's owl. And I feel like Raven is here to trick us. And that's interesting. This is the whole message of your reading, is about being tricked by having a trickster energy come in and fool you about something. And so I'm going to stick to owl. Owl's your spirit animal here. So I feel like connecting with owl could be very helpful for you in navigating whatever this trickster energy is that's trying to pull you out of your knowing, out of your connection, and what you believe inside yourself of who you are. So that's your reading, pile 2. I want to thank Raven for your trickster medicine, and give thanks to a beautiful owl spirit for this reading here. So thank you for listening, pile 2, and blessings on your journey. Hi, pile 3, welcome to your reading. We're getting messages from your spirit animal today, so let's flip your cards over. And we've got the Hanged Man, the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Cups. We've got Grandmother Dragonfly holds the wisdom. I'm just going to flip this one back upside down. The Dark Solstice Sun, Perspective, Creatrix, and Step into Your Power. Okay, I love your cards, because we have such a depiction of like this hanging upside down, different perspective vibe. And so I really want to say right away, I feel like your animal is bat. And it's all about that, like hanging upside down to get this different kind of vision. And we see that across your cards here. Creatrix is like this card of knowing that you're the creator of your reality and holding that power and using it. And Death Cap with Step into Your Power right beside it is very, very similar kind of vibe. Grandmother Dragonfly holds the wisdom. I also feel like dragonflies are creatures of that, like, that other perspective. They're kind of mystical, but they're also like a real animal, you know. So I feel like, you know, maybe your message is around understanding that you're both human and this like magical creator being at the same time, and how can you balance these two parts of you. Okay, so Creatrix and Grandmother Dragonfly holds the wisdom. Both of these cards are talking about like this very deep, fiery, passionate desire within you to create, to birth things, to manifest. And I feel like there's this agitation or restlessness around you because you're not using that power, or you're being called into using that power. It's like you may have taken a break from creating. Maybe you had a pause for some reason. Maybe you were sick, or just like something happened here to kind of cause you to not be so into manifesting and creating. But it's like this just wants to burst out of you. It's such a strong impulse for you. And it's like, yeah, maybe it's been held back or something. And there's just this need to free your energy and let go of what's stagnant, and just kind of totally flip yourself upside down, flip everything upside down, and like unleash this new energy that just wants to come out of you. The Dark Solstice Sun, true zero, turning point, extreme edges, the subtle and life-changing process of vanishing into void and emerging into renewal. Yeah, again, it's just the energy of like this sudden birth from nothing to everything, and just wanting to explode into creation and manifest something, do something. There's something screaming to get out of you. It might be like a new life, you know, it might not be like a creation, like an art project or something. For some of you it will be. Maybe there's a song that wants to burst out of you. But I feel like this is about taking creative ownership over your life in some way and manifesting something. It's like you're itching to manifest. The Five of Cups is the only card that's kind of confusing me here, because Five of Cups, well, I guess it's about loss and having something taken away from you. And when we have loss and grief, it can be a while until we kind of harness our power to create something to take its place. Like if we lost something precious to us, like, let's say you lost a great job or a dear friend, we kind of sit in that energy of grief for a while, and we can't move and we can't create, and we don't have the flow and the energy moving in our lives for a while. And it's like that can build up, and it wants to come forward and burst into something else. But Five of Cups ending your reading is just, that's just interesting to me. I feel like your bat spirit is telling you that there's something that is going to burst into your life that you might absolutely not see coming at all. It might feel like nothing's happening whatsoever. There's this like void and this nothingness and this loss and this grief energy that's kind of hanging over this here. And on the flip side of that is that powerful creation. Like, from the nothing comes the everything. From the void is birthed the new energy. I feel like this is a power of yours that you're capable of wielding and holding. And it's this ability to move through the grief, having that different perspective, I think, that is like the seed of this power. So understanding that from nothing comes everything, understanding that from grief and loss comes the new amazing thing, like having that perspective and that ability to see both sides of something, to flip your head upside down as you're in the grief, that you can see, oh, but wait, there's something that's on the other side of this. Like, that's a gift, a creator's gift, to be able to, while in the moment of grief, hang upside down and go, okay, what's the other side of the grief? And the other side of the grief is the birth of the new. And that's what your cards, like the Grandmother Dragonfly and Creatrix, are all about. Something blasting into life that you're wanting to create. So let's pull maybe 2 more cards to see what else we can get here. I've got Salutio, Dissolution, Shine Your Light, and Magdalene. So I'm just going to read this. Salutio is the great alchemical operation of water. It represents the form becoming formless, that which is solid dissolving into liquid. In many alchemical texts, it is the first operation and summarizes the heart of alchemy, as in the axiom solve et coagula, dissolve to unite. For our purposes, it is important to know Salutio involves a dissolving of definitions, identities, and labels. The strongholds of the ego drown in the emotional realm of water. We dive back to the beginning, the prima materia. This operation is humbling and disorienting, and oftentimes feels as though the self we knew has disappeared. Who are we now? How will others describe us? When these questions are afoot, the alchemical magic of Salutio is underway. By surrendering to the waves, we unite with the primordial essence and return to our deepest self. And Magdalene, you can experience a feeling of being completely reborn, like a mythical phoenix rising from the ashes of what once was, the past completely burned away. It is not about forgetting the past, but it is the reality that the past doesn't have any hold over you. You can cast off anything and everything from your past that doesn't bring you peace, to let go. There is now a brand new you, clean, fresh, and ready to start again with the protective grace of the divine all around you and within you, shining bright and true. Okay, so very much bat medicine, like very much the death, rebirth, and being able to kind of go through the shaman's death, or the drowned king kind of archetype, where you're completely stripped of everything. You lose yourself, you lose everything around you, and then you reemerge completely reborn, like purified and completely reborn. So that's what this energy is speaking of. Now it's interesting that you ended on the 5 of Cups, because that is an, like, you're stuck in the grief, and maybe you need to do that for a minute. Maybe your job is to just surrender to and accept the Salutio process. I feel like that's what your bat spirit is telling you. You've been fighting against this, maybe not badly. I don't feel like you're having, you're going along with it pretty well. You're trying to look at it from this other perspective, like, okay, if I lose something, something else is born. You have the ability to see through that lens. But I feel like this reading's calling you into one level deeper, to embrace this bat power that you, in allowing and accepting your defeat, your demise, your death, your dissolution, whatever's happened to you, grief, loss, whatever, accepting it as the portal through which you go into the void and then emerge renewed and refreshed and a brand new individual. Like, just trusting the alchemical process that you're going through in life. So that's your message from Bat Spirit. We want to say thank you, Bat. Thank you for listening, Pile 3, and blessings on your journey.